friends. Thanks for tuning in to the Bipolar Cat. I'm your host, Amanda Lee, ready to tell you the most there is about bipolar disorder and mental health. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. You're going to want to stick around for this episode because I think it's going to be a good one. So I found myself thinking and thinking and thinking, and I thought, you know, can somebody build a life worth living all while dealing with bipolar disorder or any other mental illness? And that's a very tough question to answer. I think that if you come to terms with your bipolar and the goals you want to set up for yourself, because having an identity with this condition is very difficult. It was for me. I spent my life in and out of jobs, trying to find my path and my way through life. And I found that the best way I can live my life and build my life is through identify my identity living with bipolar disorder and finding ways to cope with it. Coping mechanisms are there's so many you can try. I've mentioned them in my previous episodes. You could do meditation. You can do all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's so many resources for you to do for coping. There's deep breathing. There's, talking with others, connecting with others, stuff of that matter. And, it's coming to terms with your bipolar, really coming to terms with it and really realizing that, hey, I have bipolar disorder or bipolar depression, and it is now a part of who I am. Now I have to work around it. And there are ways you can work around it. And one of them is coping mechanisms, like I mentioned earlier. And, also find out what your treatment options are. If you want to see a therapist or a psychiatrist or, do online therapy or, telehealth, there's so many options for you to find treatment, so many treatment options out there that can help you with bipolar disorder, that can help your bipolar disorder. And the number one thing I think that you have to really focus on, and this one's very pivotal, you guys, and super important, that is knowing your triggers and learning how to manage them. Now, personal story of mine, I manage my triggers by deep breathing and actually stepping back from myself when I know I'm having an episode or about to have an episode. And it's very difficult to kind of find out when I'm having an episode. But as somebody with this condition, I know when I'm having one. I could tell when one is brewing up. And I have to stop myself and find that, I'm okay. And that I have to find out what my triggers are. And my triggers are mostly loud noises or too much stress, too much traveling, stuff like that really just are my triggers. And I have to learn to keep that out of my life as much as possible. And now I don't mean shut people out of your life or anything like that. I'm just saying in terms of your triggers, know what they are, learn to recognize them and learn to cope and learn to know when your triggers are about to happen or when they are happening. And, you have to, I guess you could say, personalize your coping mechanisms because everybody's different. My bipolar is different from yours or someone you know or whoever's listening in. I mean, everybody is different and we all have different coping mechanisms, and we need to personalize our coping to our needs. And another thing that I cannot just stress this enough, that is sleeping well. Building a life worth living is, of course, sleeping well. Get proper sleep, manage your sleep, go to bed early. Managing your sleep is a good way to definitely help you build a life that's worth living. Because, Another thing I think when it comes to building your life with this condition or any other mental illness, it is, I guess you could say, setting goals and learning what's achievable and what's not. Now, I don't mean to discourage anybody. I'm just saying know what you can strive for and strive for reasonable and reachable goals. That's what I'm saying, my friends. And, envision yourself having a good life and try to function as best that you can in society because we need to learn to be around society. And, uh, you know, I think that if you have a greater understanding of your own condition, you will see that your big dreams can become a reality. And like I said, attain reasonable goals that you think you can attain. And, while you're doing that, learn to embrace yourself on this ongoing growth because as you grow as a person, you're learning to build your life around this condition. Embrace and accept your growth. A lot of people have a hard time with change, and I did that in one of my previous episodes is adapting to change. Now, change can be very difficult in so many ways for so many people. Some people don't handle change well, and I'm one of them. But as you grow, you're going to notice and accept changes because that's just the way of life. Life's journey is all about growth and change. And reflecting on your life journey, living with this condition plays an important part of your own life and shaping the life that you want. And more than anything, to keep from depression from escalating, is build a community of support around you that is loved ones, friends, peers, mentors, whoever it is that you trust. Build a community of support because having that support is super important. And I think that creating that support system for yourself will help you get ahead in life. And don't forget to set new goals and keep in mind, remember, your goals will change. Like I said, make them reasonable, make them reachable, but they will change as you grow. Just like I said, let's go over what I said. That was coping, coming to terms with your bipolar, your treatment options, know your triggers and how to manage them, sleeping well, and setting new goals to keep depression from escalating. All right, my friends, I hope this enhances your well-being as a person in society. And I hope I gave you some, ideas on what you can do to build a life worth living with bipolar disorder or any other condition. That's it for today, my friends. Remember to just relax, breathe, know that you're in a safe space and that you are not alone. I am right there with you. Till next time, my friends. Bye.